What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Equali Espresso, and welcome to today's video. Now, today we've got huge stuff to talk about regarding Advanced Warfare. I'm so stoked to bring it to you guys in this video. So there's so much new stuff to talk about and list for you guys. I don't even know where to begin. So I guess let's just start right from the beginning. We open up the mission induction in Seoul, South Korea, in July 10th, 2054. Here we are in a drop pod going to Seoul, accompanied by Private Will Irons and Sergeant Cormac. We, as we all know, are Marine Private Jack Mitchell. On our drop in, we experience some interfering fire, which nearly knocks out a fellow squad mate, and later turns out that our drop point is somewhere completely different than what we imagined because of it. A crash landing to start our mission, cinematically speaking, that is absolutely awesome. And just from the drop pod, we can see all this cool tech from the HUD and exoskeletons and so much more, but from this is just the tip of the iceberg. So when we finally crash land and kick open our door, we start to move out and we get to see our first weapon of Advanced Warfare. This weapon is the IMR, the Integrated Munitions Rifle, also known as the 3D printing rifle that we were teased a little earlier in the month. And now another thing that you'll immediately see is the ammo counter and grenade counter that are part of your exosuit. They use augmented reality to display the info for you guys. So already right off the bat, we get to see a ton of changes to the Call of Duty franchise and what we knew as Call of Duty in general, but it looks absolutely awesome. But let's keep pushing forward because, like I said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Ready for boost jumps? That's what we can see next. Not only can you upward jump, you can break your fall with the boost jump, something that is so simple in theory, but I never even thought to consider. Now, when we finally get onto the streets of Seoul, we get a look at our drop pods from the outside and get ready for they're copying Titanfall comments because I'm sure those will be coming shortly. But along with that, we see a war-torn cityscape, and before we go into the cutscene of the interest in time, we get our first look at two things, one of which being the armored tank, which looks really awesome. It's got a spider-esque mechanism to it, looks really awesome, and hopefully we can see this in some player interaction, either in single player or maybe even multiplayer. And now the second thing that we get to see that is absolutely awesome is the drone swarm. That's right, the swarm is back, not the same as Black Ops 2, but the concept is the same. Hell, I'd even say that it's the swarm on steroids because of what it looks like in this. The sheer amount of the drones is crazy in general, and it looks like they may just run into things, maybe cut them up with their blades, but I don't know. Regardless, it looks menacingly awesome. So in the interest of time, following that cutscene immediately is a cargo landing area. Next, we get to see one of our tacticals, I'm assuming. This one entitled The Threat on Your Variable Grenade. It will scan the area and outline enemies behind cover and in the open. An awesome piece of tech that showcases just how advanced it will be, but I'm not even going to go into what the integration into multiplayer will be like because that'll spark so many debates, but regardless, it looks absolutely awesome. The next tech we get to see is our energy gun. We haven't seen this before, and it certainly doesn't fail to impress. Almost seemingly like a sonic gun, using sound waves to knock back enemies, similar to the thunder gun in Zombies if you've played Black Ops, so I'm really looking forward to see how that one will turn out. As well, there is a lower ammo counter on it, so I'm assuming that this will be a more exclusive weapon rather than something that is commonplace in the game, which is good for all you Call of Duty fans because of the chance of it being overpowered. But then again, shotguns have a lower ammo capacity as well, so maybe we get to see some futuristic shotgun versions with this. Our next mechanic in movement is showcased by the sidestep mechanism, similar to the Titan movement in dodging side to side. It looks like that. The bursts of air from the jetpack allow players to quickly evade fire or other players, and I know the tech keeps piling in on us, but we're going to quickly move over to the plasma rifle, the laser rifle as some know it by. It looks extremely awesome, as well as we may have a look into our riot shields, a display similar to the Black Ops 2 trailer where players shot from behind it. But back to the plasma rifle, Call of Duty described this as being able to have infinite ammo with it, so long as you don't let it overheat. So that's pretty awesome to see, and I'm quite curious to see how it will play out with this. In the next sequence, you have to watch very closely on our variable grenades. We have the options for Smart, Frag, and Contact. The Smart variable grenade was selected when thrown, and it hovers, finds, and explodes in the general vicinity of our enemies, so that is quite cool as well. Now, moving on to the final sequence here. This is the last sequence of the gameplay that we are shown here at E3 today. It had nothing to do with tech, but rather the ability to showcase what Sledgehammer can do to compel the players into the story and its characters. Now, you guys all know that I love the campaigns of Call of Duty titles, but in the brief 30 seconds or so, I was more so into and captivated by this than I have felt by any other Call of Duty title previously, which is really hard to say actually, just because of how how great some titles and campaigns were, but I am unbelievably looking forward to this campaign. The sequence that was following was Mitchell and his squad mate going to plant C4 on a dropship taking off. Our unnamed squad mate, presumably Private Irons, gets his arm stuck in the pod doors, and in the ensuing attempts to get his arm free, they are useless, and Mitchell is forced to jump off and watch his comrade go up in flames with the aircraft after the explosion. Now Mitchell falls and is then hit with debris from the aircraft, and in the following seconds, who I assume is Sergeant Cormac, assures him that everything will be alright, and we're dragged from the debris to end the gameplay, where we see our severed arm lying there. So all in all, I am 100% extremely stoked for this game now. I was already on the hype train tremendously before because anything's better than Ghost, really, and I just wanted to get out of that. But now after seeing the campaign and some of the stuff we'll be seeing every day in the game, it looks absolutely awesome. Give me November now. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. That's been my time, ladies and gentlemen. If you did like the video, please leave a like rating down below. Any shares to your Facebook, Twitter, and or MySpace if you're OG like that are always greatly appreciated. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the best of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare content. Any new news and information, you guys know exactly where to find it right here up on my channel, so stay tuned for that. Thank you guys once again so much for watching. My name is Nicola Espresso. I shall see you guys tomorrow. Take care and peace.
Surprise, motherfucker.